I was a police reporter and kind of started falling in love with a police officer and ended up marrying him. And so it made it a little dicey. But I was always that aggressive reporter. I never believed in backing up. And one day I did a story, and this is actually when I was at the newspaper, and I did a story that made the chief of police and one of his ranking commanders absolutely furious at me. They actually shut the door and kind of interrogated me and intimidated me after the story ran, and were very unprofessional, and of course that was jarring. My boss called them and said, if you ever have a problem with the story she did, you can contact me. But the bottom line was, so many reporters think, I can't upset a police chief or the mayor or a council member because my job is to make them happy. It isn't our job to make them happy. It is our job to put them on the spot on things that they are doing as an official. We represent the viewers. We don't represent a council member or a mayor. We represent the viewers. And everybody's always fearful. If we make them mad, they will never talk to us again. They're our source. They're not our source. And I was welcomed and actually apologized to by the chief of police and the commander the following day, and never missed a story. And in fact, that commander ended up being a police chief a few years later and would often say to me, Sandra, I can't talk to you about that story. I'm not going to talk to you about that story. And I'd say, that's fine, but you're going to look bad, because if you don't respond to what I'm asking you, I'm going to have to say, Henry Garrett had no comment. Henry Garrett would not talk to me about it. That's going to make you look worse. Never. As Henry Garrett, who is a well-known member of the community, who's been a council member since and a mayor, will admit, he never, ever, ever told me not to come in and get an interview. Sometimes he didn't want to do it, and he always granted me an interview because he knew I was just being fair and I had to do my job. We're just doing our job, and they need to understand that. And journalists a lot of times will shy away from doing the really great story on an official because they're a source. They're not a source.